What's up, y'all? It's your boy at Mac M&W Fishing. Here in my area, we are still before the pre-spawn, so here are 3 baits that I like to use to definitely catch a bite when you can during pre-spawn. Alright, so jerk baits. They're really good for all year round, but they really shine during this pre-spawn late winter time. You really want to use it to mimic like a sporadic bait fish, or use it to kind of mimic like an injured fish as well. The big thing is you want to make sure while you're jerking it, you are reeling it in as well. When you jerk it on very loose line, it just kills the action. So always make sure that line is very taut when you are giving a downward jerk, and only do it maybe like 2 or 3 times, and really wait like about like I really wait probably around 5 to 10 seconds. You really gotta let it just sit there. It's just really slow time. They don't want anything going too crazy, but if you pass it by them and let it sit for a little while, give it a couple twitches, they're probably gonna pounce on it because they're looking for a really big, like good girthy meal. That way they don't have to work as hard and exert as much energy.
But now I receive what I return. I remember what it was like to not know peace. Every week and moment of blur, and I remember what it was like to not know love. But now I return.
Ned Rigs. Ned Rigs are a special thing. They take a lot of patience, but once you really get it down, they are a very dangerous weapon in your tackle box. So the best places really to throw a Ned Rig are in like a muddy flat open area, or a light cover like by some tree limbs or a light vegetation. You can rig it weedless, but it's not like the most effective. You don't get as much hookups with the unexposed hook, so just kind of throw it in some lighter vegetation areas and not heavy cover area, because you will get hung up. But another thing is to use like elastic or some light plastic. That way that when you throw it on that mushroom head, it will, the bait will float. It'll want to rise up and it'll stand vertically up, or depending on how heavy it is, whatever type of bait, if you're throwing like a creature or just a stick, it will stand straight up and perfectly visible for everything to see. Give it a couple twitches. Really, you just kind of want to give it a couple pops, count rocks with it. You're just slowly dragging it. I don't know if it's like a territorial thing or if they really are like seen as like a forage thing, but they go crazy for it. Just gotta be patient, and during this time you really are going to be capable of catching your PB, because usually at this time it's them bigger fish that are looking for something nice and substantial to eat. So that's the Ned Rig. Lastly, Texas rig, but more specifically with a craw, mainly like a molten, like reddish color. Whatever you can find. If you can find like a fire craw or a strike keen, they're kind of like a light pinkish reddish color, depending on what you can find in your area. But like a reddish craw is gonna be money right now. They're molting, so they don't have that hard shell on them, so for fish it's gonna be a very easy bite for them, very easy thing for them to eat. So they're gonna go crazy for that. And also just keep in mind, you want to work these things slow. So a big thing that people say, count rocks. You're gonna slowly drag it, hop it over little bumps that you can feel, a little timber that you come across, just pop it over, pull it over, and just work it real slow, and you guys are gonna definitely have a lot of success. I know I have. This is a great time to throw it, and also it's a great time to throw it any time of the year. Texas rigs are king. You can't really go wrong with it. So that's a Texas rig.